This is a Squiz podcast. We're your shortcut to being informed.
Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello and welcome to Squiz Kids, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Bryce Corbett. It's Friday, May 21. In Squiz Kids today, mice march on Sydney, leopard loose in Dubai, China rovers Mars photos, and Delta's secret Brissie concert. That's what's making news, kids style.
The Lowdown.
For months, our friends in country New South Wales, Queensland and Victoria have battled a mice plague that seems to have no end in sight. And now, the mice are marching on our biggest city, Sydney. Amid reports yesterday that the New South Wales state government had purchased a really powerful bait to help farmers control the infestations of mice on their properties, there were suggestions that by as soon as August, millions of mice could be descending on Sydney, having been transported there on freight trucks and in food deliveries. As we've reported before, the mice plague is having a devastating effect on our friends in rural communities. It's estimated the mice have caused up to $100 million in damage as they eat everything in sight. And then there's the mental toll that the plague is having. As I'm sure I don't need to tell our many Squiz Kids listeners in mouse-affected country towns, having to do battle with unrelenting waves of mice every night, coping with the smell, and disposing of thousands of dead mice every day is wearing people down. Sending you all of our good wishes, country Squiz Kids, and hoping that very soon this too shall pass.
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed in Dubai. Well, that makes for a nice change. We hardly ever land in Arabia. A city in the United Arab Emirates, where police are on alert for what is believed to be a Black Panther on the loose. Not the superhero Black Panther, but an actual big cat Black Panther. Residents of a suburban housing complex in Dubai were shocked the other day to look out their window and see an animal that they think was either a Black Panther or a leopard sneaking through their garden. Video of the big cat was captured, leading local police to put residents of the suburb on high alert and to remind the good citizens of Dubai that the keeping of wild animals as a pet is illegal. What is it with big cats on the loose this week? The world's officially gone mad. And because it's a Friday and you've earned it, I've stuck a link to the Panther video in today's episode notes.
Spaced out.
With all of the rovers kicking around on Mars, okay, there's only 2, but it seems like more, doesn't it? It's easy to take for granted when more photos come back from the red planet. But that's what happened yesterday when the China rover Zhurong sent back its first happy snaps from the surface of Mars, and they're pretty spectacular. The rover arrived on Mars at the weekend after a 7-month journey through space. It will rove around on Mars for 3 months, collecting rocks and looking for signs of life, just like America's rover, Perseverance. I've stuck a link to the photos in today's episode notes.
Pop Culture Corner.
The Fox is away on a footy camp, and so instead of the regular weekly offering of What's Up Fox, we're going to have an extra special long Pop Culture Corner, because we all need to ease into the weekend. First up, and the kids of St Lawrence's College in Brissie got the surprise of their life yesterday when pop singer Delta Goodrum arrived at their school and performed a surprise concert. Delta's fella Matt Copley used to go to school at Laurie's, as the place is known locally, and he popped by with his very famous girlfriend to sing a few songs. I've stuck a link to photos in today's episode notes. Across town in Brissie yesterday, because it was all happening in Brissie apparently, dancers from the Queensland Ballet did a rehearsal session with the Australian Olympic synchronised swimming team. The dancers taught the swimmers how to hold themselves with poise, while the swimmers handed out tips on how to do things in unison, which is a fancy way of saying identically and at the same time. And finally, Danish toymaker extraordinaire Lego yesterday released a rainbow-themed range with minifigures of every colour of the rainbow. The collection is called the Everyone is Awesome collection, because everyone, no matter what colour they are, what they look like, or who they love, is awesome. And that's my little bit of Squiz Kids wisdom from me to you for the day.
It's Q&A time.
Yes, people, the moment you've been waiting for. The Squiz Kids Q&A with AFL star Josh Dunkley, answering the questions that you sent in. How he got his start with the Western Bulldogs, the secret to kicking accurately for goal, why he'll always be a bit of a Swans fan, his famous fish curry, and the surprise after-school activity he used to do before he became a footy player. You'll never guess. The episode is proudly brought to you by Swish, which provides everyday Aussies with personalised video messages from their favourite sports stars. And because it's a Friday and we're in a generous weekend mood, the good folk at Swish are offering a special discount for Squiz Kids listeners. But you'll have to listen to the Q&A episode itself to get the code. If you're listening on an app, it should run straight after this episode, or you can otherwise find it on the Squiz Kids website, squizkids.com.au. Enjoy!
Time for the quiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. Which big Australian city is in the line of sight of the mice currently plaguing our country cousins? That's right, it's Sydney. Question number 2. What's the name of the city in the United Arab Emirates where a black panther or leopard is believed to be on the loose? You got it, it's Dubai. Question number 3. Which Aussie pop singer delighted a boys' school in Brissie yesterday with a surprise concert? Yeah, it was Delta.
Shout-outs.
It's May 21, International Tea Day. Did you know that tea is the second most consumed drink in the world after water? Amazing, hey? It's also a special day for these Squiz Kids celebrating a birthday today. Shall we crank out the birthday reggae tune? All right then. And it's a very happy birthday today to these Squiz Kids celebrating a birthday. Abby from Edithvale, Zachary from Paddington, Franklin from Campbelltown, Lachlan from Canberra, Xander from Kalgoorlie, Archie from New South Wales, Wengie from Forest Lake, Alexis from Five Dock, who shares a birthday with her teacher, Miss Luongo, and Oliver, who's listening all the way over there in Johor in Malaysia. And a belated birthday shout out to Gabriella from Perth. Not forgetting, of course, all of those Squiz Kids celebrating a birthday over this coming weekend. Happy birthday to Declan from Shoal Bay, Bailey from Adelaide, Catherine from St Clair, Vaishant from Oran Park, Max from Inverloch, Harrison from Upper Coomera, Mix from Bellevue Heights, Milo from Bellevue Heights, Charlize from Albany Hills, Brian from Ashmont, Abigail from Marulbark, AJ, who's listening all the way over there in Singapore, and Felix, who's tuning in from Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. Happy birthday, one and all. Don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up and you want a shout-out, or if you're after a classroom shout-out, drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au. Well, that's all we have time for today. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids. We'll be back again on Monday. In the meantime, get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out. Squiz Kids is proudly supported by the Judith Neilson Institute for Journalism and Ideas.
Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.